Welcome dear students. Today we are going to learn important topic from our third chapter, circle. First of all, I am going to explain one concept, that when a quadrilateral is said to be cyclic quadrilateral. We all know that in a quadrilateral we are having four different vertices. If all the four vertices of a quadrilateral lie on a circle, then that quadrilateral is said to be cyclic quadrilateral. If all vertices of a quadrilateral lie on the same circle, then that quadrilateral is said to be cyclic quadrilateral. Observe the figure. Here, vertex A, B, C and D, all the four vertex of the given quadrilateral lie on the same circle, and therefore here this is the figure of cyclic quadrilateral. Now today we are going to complete and learn one of the important theorem from our 10th standard chapter 3rd, that is circle, that is said to be theorem of cyclic quadrilateral. Now I am going to explain first of all the statement that when a quadrilateral is cyclic, then its opposite angles are supplementary. We all know that the meaning of the word supplementary, that when the addition of the measures of given two angle is 180 degree, that pair of angle is said to be supplementary. Now here we are going to prove as an activity. That's why I have taken the entire proof on blackboard. This is the most important proof asked many times in SSC board exam. Nowadays there is question based on activity, and since this theorem is given as an activity in our textbook, I will request you that study this carefully and write the theorem, entire theorem, and practice it very well. Now observe the given figure on this board, that quadrilateral ABCD is a cyclic quadrilateral. Now the first filling the blanks I am going to write here, quadrilateral A, B, C and D is cyclic. This is the given statement. Now you are going to prove that the opposite angles of this quadrilateral are supplementary. The first pair of opposite angle is angle B and angle D. Here the addition is 180 degree. The meaning of the word supplementary, that means the addition of two given angles is 180 degree. Now the second pair, angle A and angle C, they have given here angle C. Therefore the first filling the blank is angle A plus angle C is equal to 180 degree. Now I have taken the statement on blackboard that this addition is 180 degree. Now observe the figure on blackboard. I am going to explain the entire proof first of all, then we will fill up the filling the blanks. Observe the given figure. Here arc ABC, that means this arc ABC, is intersected by the inscribed angle AD and C. This is inscribed angle ADC, and this angle intersects the arc ABC. Now therefore we know that the measure of angle ADC is exactly half of measure of arc A, B and C. We all know that the measure of inscribed angle is half the measure of its intersected arc. Now similarly, now we are going to take the second angle, angle ABC is an inscribed angle and it intercepts arc ADC. Now we are going to take, therefore angle ABC is equal to half of measure arc ADC. Now here please observe that when we are taking the measure of these two angles, that first angle is angle ADC, Second one is angle ABC. That means angle ADC plus angle ABC. The measure of angle ADC is equal to half of major arc ABC plus half of major arc ADC. We have taken the addition of statement number 1 as well as 2. Take 1/2 common outside. The second thing is major arc ABC. Now observe the figure. When we take the addition of arc ABC and arc ADC, we will complete the entire circle. That is, the circumference is completed. Arc ABC and arc ADC. And we all know that the angular measure of circle is 360 degree and half of 360 is equal to 180 degree. And similarly, we can prove that angle A plus C is also 180 degree. Now here, I am going to explain how you are going to prove this second part also. Before that, I am going to explain first of all the first important part. Now observe the figure on blackboard. Here, first of all, we have taken angle ADC. This angle is inscribed angle and the arc ABC is intersected by this angle ADC, and therefore measure of angle ADC is equal to half of major arc ABC. This is our first step. Next, we have taken angle ABC which is inscribed and this angle intersected arc is ADC. Now ABC is an inscribed angle and intercepts arc ADC. Now measure of angle ABC is equal to exactly half of its intercepted arc, that is measure arc ADC. Now this is our statement number 1. This one is our statement number 2. In the third step, take addition of statement number 1 and 2. Therefore angle ADC plus angle ABC is equal to half of major arc ABC plus half of major arc ADC. Now take 1/2 common outside. Inside the square bracket, we will get the addition major arc ABC plus major arc ADC. And when we take this addition, we will get the entire circumference of the circle. And we know that the angular measure of circle is 360 degree. Half of 360 is 180 degree. And similarly, we are able to prove that the opposite second pair, that angle A plus C, is also supplementary, that is its addition is also 180 degree. In our textbook, they have given one question that think it over how you are able to complete this second part. We are having two different ways how we are going to prove this. I am going to explain only orally, no need to write it also. But here we have completed the proof that B plus D is equal to 180 degree. Now we know that important property of quadrilateral, that is the angle sum property of quadrilateral. When we take addition of all four measures of the angles of quadrilateral, the addition is always 360 degree. Apply this property for this quadrilateral, that angle A plus B plus angle C plus angle D is 360 degree. But we know that angle B plus D is equal to 180 degree from the first part of the proof. Therefore, substitute instead of B plus D, write there 180 degree. Therefore, angle A plus angle C plus 180 is equal to 360 degree. And now transpose 180 on the right hand side, we will get angle A plus C is equal to 360 minus 180, which is equal to 180 degree. This is the first way where we have used the property which we have completed in 9th standard, that angle sum property of quadrilateral. When we take the addition of all angles, all four measures of all four angles of quadrilateral, the addition is 360 degree. Now the second part. Here, if I consider the first angle as angle DAB, this is inscribed angle and arc is DCB. Now measure of this angle is half measure of this arc. Now consider the second angle DCB. Here also this angle is inscribed angle and intercepted arc is DAB. Now similarly take the addition of 2, take 1/2 common outside, we will get that angle A plus C is 180 degree. Now this proof is very important. Practice it very well. Write the entire proof. First of all write the definition of cyclic quadrilateral and then write the statement of the theorem that opposite angles of cyclic quadrilateral are supplementary, and then write the entire proof and be careful, write the brackets also, then you can easily understand what you are going to write here. Now we are going to complete the next topic. We are going to learn the proof of a corollary which is based on cyclic quadrilateral theorem. Just now we have completed the proof of cyclic quadrilateral theorem. That is, when the given quadrilateral is cyclic quadrilateral, its opposite angles are always supplementary. Now here they have given us one quadrilateral which is cyclic. Quadrilateral ABCD is cyclic quadrilateral. Now here we have taken one exterior angle of this cyclic quadrilateral, which is angle. I have extended side AB of cyclic quadrilateral ABCD, and this is point E, and therefore angle CBE is an exterior angle of this cyclic quadrilateral ABCD. Now we are going to prove that this exterior angle is always congruent to the opposite angle of its interior angle. Now its interior angle is angle CBA and its opposite angle is angle D. Here you are going to prove that this angle D is congruent to this exterior angle. Now observe the statement which you are going to prove. Angle CBE, this is the exterior angle. Interior angle is CBA, which is adjacent interior, and its opposite angle is angle D. You are going to prove that this exterior angle is congruent to this opposite of its adjacent interior, and that is angle C, D and E. Now here we are using two statements. First one is, we all know that when the angles are in linear pair, their addition is equal to 180 degree. And just now we have completed the theorem of cyclic quadrilateral, where we have proved that when the quadrilateral is cyclic, their opposite angles are always supplementary. Now write the proof. Proof is not given in our textbook, but this corollary is also included in SSC board question paper. Therefore write the proof of this corollary. The first statement, write the given statement that angle, first of all consider the exterior angle. Angle CBE is an exterior angle of cyclic quadrilateral ABCD. Now here first step, angle CBE and angle CBA are in linear pair, and therefore angle CBE plus angle CBA is equal to 180 degree. Statement number 1. Second thing, by cyclic quadrilateral theorem, we all know that opposite angles of cyclic quadrilateral are supplementary. Take the pair, that angle CBA plus angle CDA, that is angle B and angle D, are supplementary. Now observe the two statements. Here, for both the statements, right hand side is equal. Therefore, there is equality between left hand side. From statement number 1 and 2, we get angle CBE plus angle CBA is equal to angle CBA plus angle CDA. Here, this angle is common in both the statement, that is angle CBA. Angle CBA gets eliminated, therefore measure of this angle is equal to the exterior angle CBE. Angle CBE is equal to angle CDA. Just now we have proved that this angle CDA and this angle exterior angle CBE both are congruent to each other. Now the corollary is important. Try to get it when you are using some formulae and when you are going to solve examples. There also we are using this corollary. Students, we are going to complete the converse of cyclic quadrilateral theorem. Proof is not included, no need to write it. I am going to explain only the statement. If in a quadrilateral opposite angles are supplementary, then that quadrilateral is cyclic. That means all the four vertices lie on the same circle. Now in the given angle A plus angle C, that means first pair of opposite angle is supplementary. Angle B plus angle D is also supplementary. Then you are going to prove that quadrilateral is cyclic. Now no need to write proof of this converse, but remember this statement that when opposite angles are supplementary, then that quadrilateral is cyclic quadrilateral. Now we are going to learn another statement. Here on a line, two disjoint points A and D are given. If angle ABD and angle ACD lie on one side of that line, and if both the angles are congruent to each other, then we can say that here also quadrilateral ABCD is cyclic. In our textbook, they have used the term that points ABCD are concyclic. That means the reason is that when we join those points, the quadrilateral is cyclic. That means all the four vertices lie on one and the same circle. Now students, we are going to complete important properties related with the intersection of chords in the interior region and the intersection of chords in the exterior region. Here, observe the first figure. Chord AB and chord CD intersect each other at point E in the interior region of the circle. And suppose you are going to find out measure of this angle, angle A, E and C, the first one. Suppose this both are vertically opposite angles. Angle AEC as well as angle DEB both are congruent to each other. Suppose we want to find out measure of these angles. Then what is the formula? Measure of this angle is equal to half of major arc AC plus major arc DB. That means observe the measures of two arcs intersected by those two angles, and here arc AC and arc DB, addition of those two arcs make half of it, and that is equal to measure of this angle. Similarly, if I want to find out measure of these two opposite angles, that is angle AED or angle BEC, then angle CEB is equal to half of major arc AD plus major arc BC or CB. That means when the chords intersect in the interior region of the circle, you should know measure of these two arcs. To find measure of this pair of vertically opposite angles, it is half of measure of AC plus measure arc DB. If you want to find out measure of this angle as well as measure of this angle, which are vertically opposite, these two are congruent, these two are congruent. If you want to find out measure of this, it is equal to half of major arc AD plus major arc CB. No need to write the proof, only remember the property. When the chords intersect each other in the exterior point, That means now this point E is in the exterior region. Only one angle is remaining. At that time, measure of this angle is equal to half of measure arc AC minus measure arc BD. Here are two arcs AC as well as BD. Take their difference and make half of the, that is measure arc BD minus measure arc AC. This is the smaller arc, that is minor arc, and this one is major arc. Now here take the subtraction difference of these two measures, make half of it, and that is the angle, that is angle BE and D. Here only one angle is there, and here we are taking the subtraction, and here these two is one pair, these two is the second pair. For finding out this, take the addition of these and make half of it. For this angle, take the addition of these two arcs and make half of it. Remember these two properties very well. Now students, we are going to start practice set 3.4. Remember all these examples with the help of the figures and use the properties. There are small 3-4 questions at a time. Decide which question you are going to solve first of all. Here O is the center. First of all, this is given, the triangle. Also here chord is given. Again one angle is given. Now draw the accurate figure. O is the center. AB is the chord. Length of this chord is equal to the radius of the circle, and you are going to find some measures. Now first of all, I am going to explain the entire example. 4 different questions are given. You are going to find out first one, angle AOB. Second one, angle ACB. Third one, arc AB. And the last 4th question, that is arc AC and D. Now here I am going to explain the entire example first of all, and then we will write it carefully. This point is point C. Now here first thing they have given that OA is the radius and OB is also the radius. The first important thing they have given that the chord AB is also radius, and therefore my first decision is this triangle OAB is an equilateral triangle, and we all know that angles of an equilateral triangle is each 60 degree, but this is central angle. If this angle is 60, arc AB is also 60 degree by definition of central angle. That measure of central angle is equal to the corresponding measure of the arc, and therefore arc AB is also 60 degree. If arc AB is 60 degree, measure of this angle C is equal to 30 degree, since it is exactly half of measure of this arc. Now this arc AB is 60 degree, and therefore remaining arc is 360 minus 60, and therefore this remaining is equal to 300 degree. Now here we have completed all 4 answers orally. Now we are going to write it carefully. I am going to write the first given statement. O is center. It is given. Now first thing they have given that radius is equal to length of chord AB. Also radius is equal to OA, and that is equal to also OB. Now therefore we will get OA is equal to OB is equal to AB. Therefore triangle OAB is an equilateral triangle. Now we all know the property of an equilateral triangle, that each angle of an equilateral triangle is of 60 degree. Therefore angle OAB is equal to 60 degree angle of an equilateral triangle. Therefore here we have found the first measure. Now second thing, you are going to prove that angle ACB is exactly half of measure of arc AB. Here first of all find out measure of arc AB. I am going to write that step first of all. This angle is 60 degree. Therefore measure of arc AB is also 60 degree by definition of central angle. Now here angle ACB is exactly half of measure of arc AB. Now just now we have mentioned that measure of AB is 60 degree, half of 60 is 30, angle ACB is 30 degree. Now only the last part is remaining. I am going to write on blackboard, that is measure of arc ACB is equal to 360 degree minus measure arc AB. Therefore 360 degree minus 60 degree, that is equal to 300 degree. This is your answer number 4. Now here we have completed first example from our practice set 3.4. Now we will complete second example. First of all, complete the given figure. Quadrilateral PQRS is cyclic quadrilateral. Also they have given that side PQ is congruent to RQ. Also angle PSR is equal to 110 degree. Here also we will discuss the entire example orally, and then we will complete the questions which are given. I am going to write first of all the given things. Quadrilateral PQRS is cyclic. Side PQ is congruent to side RQ. Second thing, angle PSR is equal to 110 degree. Now here we are going to find out first thing measure of angle PQR. Measure of angle PQR. Observe angle SMQ. These are opposite angles of cyclic quadrilateral. Just now we have completed the theorem that when the quadrilateral is cyclic, the opposite angles are supplementary, and therefore angle PSR plus angle PQR is equal to 180 degree, and therefore 180 minus 110, that is we will get angle Q as 70 degree. This is our first answer. Now measure arc PQR. We all know that angle is equal to half of the arc, and therefore arc is twice the angle. That is, if the angle is 110, the angle is equal to 220 degree, and therefore measure of arc PQR is 220 degree. Now measure of arc QR. Measure of arc QR here. For that we will first find out the angles. Since this is an isosceles triangle, these two angles are congruent to each other, and angle addition property use 180 x plus 70 is 180, 2x plus 70 is 180, therefore 2x is equal to 180 minus 70, that is x is equal to 55 degree. If x is 55, IQ is equal to 110 degree. And the last one is measure of angle PRQ. Just now we have found that that angle is equal to 55 degree. Here we have discussed the entire example orally. Now we are going to write one by one. The first question given is measure of angle PQ and R. Write the first step. Quadrilateral PQR is cyclic. Therefore, angle PSR plus angle PQR is equal to 180 degree by cyclic quadrilateral theorem. Now PSR is given 110, substitute that value. Angle PQR is equal to 180 degree. Therefore, angle PQR is equal to 180 minus 110, which is equal to 70 degree. Angle PQR is equal to 70 degree. The next question they have given measure arc PQR. Now, the second part is measure arc PQR. You are going to find out angle PSR is equal to exactly half of measure arc PQR, and PSR is equal to 110, half of measure arc PQR. Therefore, 110 multiplied by 2 is measure arc PQR. Here the reason why inscribed angle theorem. Therefore, 110 into 2 is 220 is equal to measure arc PQR. Write it straight. Therefore, measure arc PQR is equal to 220 degree. Now here we have completed two sub questions from the given example. Now we will write the third one. Take the third sub question. Before that, we will complete first of all the fourth one. In triangle PQR, PQ is equal to QR. Therefore, angle QPR is equal to angle QRP by isosceles triangles theorem. Therefore, let us consider measure of that is equal to x degree. Therefore, in triangle PQR, angle P plus angle Q plus angle R is equal to 180 degree. P we have considered x degree, Q 70 degree, R x degree. Therefore, 2x plus 70 is equal to 180 degree. 2x is equal to 100 minus 70. 2x is equal to 110 degree. Therefore, x is equal to 110 upon 2. X is equal to 55 degree. Therefore, first step, angle PRQ is equal to x is equal to 55 degree. Now the last step, measure of angle QR. Just now measure of RQR. Just now we have calculated angle P is also 55. Therefore, angle RQPR is equal to 1/2 of measure RQR. We have found that this angle is 55. Half of measure RQR, that is 55 into 2 is measure RQR, 110 degree, that is measure of RQR. Here we have completed first of all question number 4 and then we have completed question number 3 since we know the measure of angle QPR. Here we have completed our second example from practice set 3.4. Now we will complete the third one, which is very important. Third example, quadrilateral MRPN is cyclic. This is given. Also they have given angle R is 5x minus 13 degree and angle N is equal to 4x plus 4 degree. Find measures of angle R and angle N. Now here, since the quadrilateral is cyclic, R and N are opposite angles. Angle R plus angle N is equal to 180 degree by cyclic quadrilateral theorem. Now substitute the value. 5x minus 30 plus 4x plus 4 is equal to 180. 5x and 4x is 9x. 13 minus 4 is equal to 9 is equal to 180. 9x is equal to 180 plus 9. 9x is equal to 189. X is equal to 189 divided by 9. X is equal to 21 degree. Now we will substitute this value. Angle R is equal to 5x minus 30. 5 into 21 minus 30. That is 105 minus 30. When we subtract, we will get the answer 92 for angle R. Similarly, angle N is equal to 4x plus 4. 4 into 21 plus 4, that is 4 into 21, that is 84 plus 4, and addition is equal to 88. Therefore, angle N is equal to 88 degree. Here, students, we have completed example number 3, which is very important. Now, let's solve example number 4, 5 and 6 as homework. We will complete the last two examples, which are very important. Now, example number 7. Circle is given and two intersecting chords are given or secants are given. This is point N, this is E, this one is F, this is point M, and this is point S. Measure of arc NS is 125 degree. Measure arc EF is equal to 37 degree. Now observe the figure. Just now I have explained one important property, that when the chords intersect in the exterior region of the circle, now I am going to mention that first, that chords EM and FS intersect externally at point N, and therefore angle NMS is equal to half of measure arc. Now which one is the greater? NS minus measure arc EF. Take the subtraction of 2, both the measures of with us. This is 125 minus 37. The subtraction is equal to 88. Half of 88 is equal to 44 degree. Now here we have used the property which I have explained. Now last example, that is example number 8. Now here also we are using the property. Example number 8. Two chords intersect in the interior region of the circle. The figure is given. This is chord AC and this one is the second chord DE. Both the chords intersect at point B. Write the first statement. Chords AC and DE intersect internally at point B. Therefore, which angle is asked? Sorry, measure of angle AB is given 108 degree. Measure of arc AE is given 95 degree. We are going to find out arc BC. Angle ABE is equal to half of measure arc AE plus measure arc BC. Measure of angle is 108. Measure of one arc, that is 95. plus major arc DC. Transpose 2 on this side. It is equal to 95 plus major arc DC. Now twice of 108 is equal to 216 is equal to 95 plus major arc DC. 216 minus 95 is equal to major arc DC. When we subtract 95 from 216, the answer is 121 degree, and this is our final answer, that is major arc DC is equal to 121 degree. Here we have used the property which I have already explained. Now the next part of the chapter is omitted for this academic year. Now we will solve in our next lecture some examples from our practice set. Thank you.